Alright, what's up, YouTube, Facebook, land, world, whatever you watching this on. This LJ Turnbow, Larry Turnbow, LT Crafts on IG, Enzo here on YouTube. That might change pretty soon though. But damn, this shit uncomfortable. Yeah, I wanted to make this video though, just talking about how I got my tattoo apprenticeship. I made one yesterday, and then I was out by the water. It was a nice video, had all the, you know what I'm saying, nice background and everything, but the connection was bad. So yeah, a lot of what I was saying got cut off. So I'm just re-recording it. Hopefully it's a little better this time. And I didn't hold the camera sideways like I'm doing now, so I had them ugly little black things on the side. So yeah, I'm getting better at this. But let's just get into it though, man. So yeah, I'm here, as you can see, boom, Detroit, Michigan. You know what I mean? That's where I'm located. Damn, it's saying bad connection again, so I hope this don't keep doing that. But how I got my apprenticeship. So, I know it's a lot of tattoo hopefuls out there. I've been pursuing this for about a year now, or a little over a year. And for the beginning, I was for the most part teaching myself, looking at YouTube videos, watching people like Johnny Galt, or just different Henri's, different people who put information out there. But and it was looking kind of bleak. It's not, the tattoo industry is not I'll say apprenticeships are not easy to come by. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people, they don't want to teach you, they don't want to put you on. I'm sure a lot of y'all, whoever watching this probably experienced that to some degree yourself. I got turned down a lot too, like by like 8 different shops, like 7 or 8 different shops. This was last summer. I did door-to-door sales at one point in my life, or business to business is still door-to-door, so I kind of put myself into that, got back into that frame of mind, and I looked up every, hella shops in my area, and just went door-to-door to each one, just seeing who I might meet, who I might come across, who might be willing to teach me. So I didn't have any luck with that. But this year, what I did different was I went to an expo, and I actually went to an expo last year, and I didn't get an apprenticeship from somebody, but I did have somebody who was able to just kind of, was more willing to kick it with me and teach me a couple things, show me a few things. But I would highly recommend going to the expos, because at an expo, that's like neutral territory. This isn't anybody's shop. You know what I mean? If you go to somebody's shop, they know that you pretty much just sucking up to them. Even if you came there for a different artist, it's like, well, this is my shop, so by default, you hear from me. So go to the expo, because that's more of a neutral ground. For all that artists know. And I would imagine, depending on what city you in, if you're really interested in doing this, you probably know about some of the artists around your way who are, some of the better artists in your city. Probably follow some of them on IG or something like that. But see if you can run into them at an expo, and because for all they know, you're not here at this expo specifically for them. There's plenty of artists here. It might be musical guests, depending on how big they, of the expo they're doing. Other vendors and everything. So for all they know, you just so happen to be here and just so happen to walk past their table. And they're a lot more open to talking to you, I found, in that environment, versus showing up to their shop and it's just like, that's because that's their domain. You stepping into their world. You stepping into their world when you step into the shop. But the expo, that ain't their world as much. It's their world because it's tattooing, but it's not their world because that's not your space. That's not your shop. It's a neutral zone. So people are a lot more open to talk to you. I found that to be my experience. I would recommend, if you do go to the expo, of course, have your work with you. If you do other forms of artwork besides just drawing, you gonna want to have that. You know what I mean? If you do some watercolor painting or oil paint, acrylic, whatever, maybe get one of your smaller prints. I do wood burnings too, so I don't have none here with me, but wood, it's not a lot of people doing wood burning, so I do detailed realism art on wood, and it's a real eye catcher. Even all the shops that turned me down, everybody who I showed it to, though, they were like, wow, that's I like that. Still not trying to train you, but hey, you got something on your hands there, right? So But in this particular case, walked up to the booth. It was 3 guys there. The shop owner, he was working on something. Another guy who works in the shop, he was actually doing a tattoo on somebody at the moment. And then it was an apprentice. And when I pulled out one of my wood burnings, all 3 of them stopped what they was doing. You know what I'm saying? Shop owner was drawing on the tablet. The other dude was doing a tattoo on somebody, and then the apprentice guy was drawing on paper. I pulled my wood burning out, all 3 of them stopped what they was doing and looked like, whoa, hey, shit, bro, that's, damn, that's, ooh, I like that. You know what I mean? So it caught their attention. I had some of my notebooks too, sketchbooks with some of my better work. Portraits. I do a lot of black and gray. That's kind of my thing, black and gray realism. I've grown to like other styles, but that's kind of really just always been my thing. I just like the realism. I like black and gray. Very quality black and gray work. So I had a lot of portraits. And, he was like, hey, I see the potential is there. Gave me one of his cards. What he told me, he had 2 apprentices already. So I'm thinking in my mind, like, oh, okay, I'm sure you probably got your hands full. I don't want to overstep my boundaries. I'm pretty sure you ain't really trying to take on a 3rd person at the same time. So I told myself I was going to follow up with him in a month. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a month, like, just see what might happen, come back later, maybe, you made some progression with them, you could work with me. And then I got home, a few days went by, and I'm like, that's too long, because a month is like, I'm going to think about this every single day, you know what I mean? It's just like a guy's like, you see a girl you want to talk to, it's like, oh man, I'm gonna say something to her. But until you actually go say something to her, the shit is gonna always be on your mind constantly. So it's like, just go say it. Just go do the shit. If she gonna say no, she gonna say no. And at least you got an answer and you can move on with your life. And you ain't got to keep sitting around wondering about it, being like just all in your head about it. You know what I mean? So I said I was gonna wait a month, but I went up there. It was less than a week, man. I couldn't even wait no more. Met him on a Saturday, went up there on a Thursday, like, fuck it, whatever. I'm just about to go up here and check the shop out. Nah. And I was saying that to him too, like, well, I'm pretty sure not much has changed between Saturday and today, but I still just wanted to come pop up, see what's up, say what's up. And I had a couple more pieces of my artwork with me, and honestly, that was the best thing I could have done. If I would have held on to that other mentality of, oh, I'm going to give it a month, and I don't even think a full month has, or it might be like about a month right now, but you know what I mean? But I've done so much since then that it's like, man, I'm glad I didn't wait, because came to find out, the atmosphere or the environment in the shop wasn't exactly what I was expecting. And, really it's about who show up, because that, he said he had 2 apprentices, but I've been going up there for a little minute now, and as far as I can tell, shit, I'm there more than the other 2. These other 2 so-called apprentices you said you had, I'm here more than they are, from what I can see. So, as far as I could tell, I'm the apprentice now. I'm number 1 now. You know what I mean? Even the one apprentice who was at the expo. It's a couple other artists in the shop. I asked one of them about him, like, hey, where, I met him at the, out there. Like, who is he? Do you know him, or do he be up here? And he's like, oh man, I ain't seen him up here in a long time. So, it's all about just who shows up. And it created a good situation. It started off as, when I popped up there, like, oh, you can sell your wood burnings out of here, or you could just do one up here. So, again, he acknowledges it as an eye catcher. It's just different. You could do one up here, and maybe try to sell some out of here. Take a little cut, which was cool, because that was my excuse to just be up there, to come up there. But in my head, I was like, all right, I can come do some wood burners or whatever, but I'm still about to get this tattoo game too. I'm not letting that fly. So yeah, man, you got to take some initiative with it. Make it happen. I know it's not easy out there. Again, go to the expos. Have your work ready. If all you do is draw, if you don't have other forms of, like paintings or whatever, other canvases, I would say just have different styles. Show that you kind of versatile. Have some script. Have some realism. Have some, traditional. And that's another thing I learned getting into this. All the different. Again, I like the black and gray, so that's kind of all I knew, but I never really knew a lot about the other styles, types of styles, neo-traditional, American traditional, regular traditional, then you got the Japanese, style of artwork, You know, people kind of mix styles, people create styles of their own. So if you don't do other types of work, you know, just show some versatility in your drawing. Also, I would highly recommend, you know, you got to invest in your craft. You got to get equipment. Don't expect to go around and be out there and have somebody take you on and, you know, they got to give you the machines and they got to give you this or give you that. I mean, if you find someone who's willing to do that, excellent, you know what I mean? But this is hard enough as it is, so I'm not leaving it up to chance that this person is going to do this for me. You know, I already had all my own equipment, my own needles. I had spent money, everything, you know what I mean? So when I go up here to the shop and I'm seeking help, I don't need him to come out of his pocket for me. I don't need him to, you know, it's like, make it easy on them. You know what I mean? The person who you trying to get trained by, or if somebody agrees to kind of take you on, make it easy on them. Don't expect them to do everything for you. Don't expect, you know, this to be like school where all I got to do is show up and sit down and he's going to come hand me a packet or a curriculum and I just start doing it. No, like, if I went up there and just sat in the corner and didn't say shit, he ain't gonna say shit. You know what I mean? He's not, like, the artists in there are not making it. They're not making it. He's cool with me coming up there, but he's not making it his mission to train me. I'm making it my mission to get trained. You know what I mean? So when I come in there, I'm attentive. I'm showing him stuff that I've worked on. Okay, look, this is what I did. I did some practice skins. Look how, you know, this was the technique I used. This is my result. Well, how would you do this? You know what I mean? I'm asking questions, I'm being inquisitive. I'm also observing and soaking up game that way. But you know, if as much as you can help it, have your own equipment. Don't need them to give you anything other than just, you know, verbal knowledge. Like, okay, this is how I do it, or technique. As far as spending money, don't expect them to give you anything, or do anything. You know, my situation, I would say, is pretty ideal because I know we've all anybody who's been looking into this for some time, trying to get one. You probably heard the horror stories about, oh, you know, I got an apprenticeship, but really it was just a fucking scam, or like, you know, they made you into the shop bitch or the shop errand boy, had you taking out the trash and scrubbing toilets and doing all of this shit for 6 months and never taught you anything, and it was just a complete waste of your time. And you know what I mean? It's like people want an apprenticeship, but nobody wants to find themselves caught up in something like that, though. You know what I mean? Like, I for damn sure wasn't. I wasn't trying to be nobody's shop bitch or anything like that. I mean, hey, if you need somebody to take the trash out, I'm willing to pick up the slack and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to be on some like frat boy, hey, getting hazed type shit just to learn from you. You know what I mean? I would imagine the majority of you feel the same way. You don't want it to be that. So, and you know, in my case, it's not that. I just go up there. I show them what I've been working on, but again, you know, he's not making it his mission to train me. I'm making it my mission to get trained, so I'm still hustling up. You know, for all he know, every time he see me, when I walk out of there, that's the last time he gonna see me. If I was to stop coming, if I didn't show up, and I stopped coming up to the shop, my mentor or whatever, you know, he's not gonna call me like, hey man, where you been? I ain't seen you in a while. He ain't checking up on me like that. He's not gonna call. You know what I'm saying? That's the attitude. It's like, all right, if you up here, I'll help you. But when you ain't up here, I'm not searching for you. You know what I mean? So it's on you. It's on you to make it happen. And that's also, I mean, and it works perfectly for me because I wasn't necessarily trying to be on a Monday through Friday. Got to be here when it opens and stay till it closes type shit. You know, if an artist does do that, and if it would have been that, if he would have said that's what it had to be, then I would have tried what I could to, you know, make that work as best I could. I didn't really have a lot of expectations, but I'd say my situation worked out pretty good. You know, it could always be a little better, but I'm learning now a lot faster than I was this whole past year doing shit by myself and you know, just looking on YouTube and practicing on people. You know, I had somebody who's willing to let me practice on them or do work on them. Learning that way, it just makes a world of a difference when you're around these professional artists. You know, you get to observe. It's no substitute for that. I can ask all my questions, and there's multiple artists in the shop, so everybody kind of got their specialty, and I can just get little tidbits from everybody and kind of make it my own. Going back real quick to having your own supplies and everything, I would actually recommend getting a machine from an artist, so over a supply shop, because a lot of these supply shops just have a lot of bullshit, and they'll sell you bullshit and won't care. They'll sell you cheap shit knowing that you don't know the difference. Know the difference between a coil machine and a rotary machine if you don't already before you go to an artist. But I feel like in hindsight, if I was gonna do this all over again, I would go to an actual artist and basically pretty much hit them with like, hey, I'm young, I'm trying to learn, I'm just getting into it. I want a machine. I figured I could get a quality one from an artist. If you do this professionally, you probably have a whole bunch of machines. And I would imagine you might have one that you don't really use too much anymore, not because it's not good, but you just got something better. It still got some life in it though, and I'd be willing to, for a fair price, I'd be willing to buy one from you if you got one you're willing to sell. That would be the route that I would go, honestly, just to get started off. It's not to say that an artist couldn't sell you a shitty machine either, but if they at one point in time used it themselves, then you can kind of be sure it's at least halfway decent, halfway quality. So yeah, just overall, go to expos because it's a different environment. Invest in your craft, have your own stuff. Don't expect this to be school and all I gotta do is show up and sit at the desk and y'all just gonna give me everything. I'm still hustling up. Like, I have the apprenticeship, but I'm still hustling up. If I stop showing up, he ain't calling me. If I come here and I'm lackadaisical and I'm not asking no questions or not really trying to learn, he ain't making it his mission to show me. You know what I mean? And I've been to the shop enough times now to where I kind of know, I know the people in there, and I know how to kind of not overstep my boundaries. I just stay in my lane, play my role, soak up games in the areas where I feel I need to improve, and I get what I need without stepping on anybody's toes, because the tattoo thing can be very territorial, and I know that even with everybody seeming real cool and everything, I know it can get that way. So, I'm just trying to play it smart, but yeah, get your own equipment, do your different when you go to show artists your work. If you have different types, show them that, and if not, just have different styles on paper. Learn about the different styles if you don't already know. At the very basics, know the difference between a coil and a rotary machine if you don't have a machine yet. And, just keep hustling up. Just keep sticking with it. Like, shit, I had moments last year a couple times, several times where I was just like, man, do I even still want to do this? Tattooing it's been extremely frustrating. And I've come a little way so far, but it's been very frustrating. The fact that I can do some nice work on paper, and then the first time I picked the machine up, tried to do a tattoo, I'm basically on the practice scan, I'm barely doing a straight line, or it's just it was looking horrible, like my practice work looking awful. So stick with it, just stick with it, because I could have quit, or a couple, several times I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do this, I ain't motivated. Nobody else that I know is pursuing this. I'm kind of just on an island with it. Nobody else I know really is even an artist like that. And not in that fashion. Maybe with more. I know more people trying to get into music. Trying to be musical artists than like a visual artist or design, tattoos, stuff like that. So just stick with it, man. I could have quit. I could have did just threw it away, but I had already spent a nice amount of money. I wanted to get a return on my investment for the time I spent, or the money I spent. Plus, I've been drawing my whole life anyway, so this is like what I do. If I can get on with this, I can, could really kind of be a dream come true for me. I got a vision for where I'm trying to go and what I want to do with this. So I just stuck with it, and I got a little break. I consider my first big break. And I'm not on, like, I haven't made it, you know what I mean? Like the work, the real work is just now starting, but I got that foot in the door with a shop that's just now, simple fucking motivational success logic. Get around people who are doing what you want to do. It's that simple. So now I got my foot in the door in the shop, and I am around people that do this professionally, that live this shit. They ain't just doing it here and there, kind of somewhat a little bit. They living it now. They living it. So it's becoming more real for me. It's manifesting for me. So yeah, man, I mean, that's what it is, you know, to all my tattoo hopefuls out there. Like, keep the faith, you know, keep working, keep grinding, improve your work, make it a point to continuously get better. Don't think you just got it all together right now or you the best. And you know what I mean? It's put the dedication in. If you're doing it, you got to do it for the right reasons. Um, I mean, shit, you know, from what I could tell, a very skilled art. You know, there are artists who are in really high demand. They make a lot of money. You know, and the potential payout is there. But if you really just doing tattoos just because you heard somewhere like, oh shit, I heard you can make a lot of money and that'd be cool, so let me do that. If that's why you're doing it, if you're trying to get into tattooing specifically because you just want to make a bunch of money, you know, your odds of success are less. I would have quit a long time ago if it was just literally if it was just about the money. Don't get me wrong, I want the money, but if it was only about that, I would have gave up a long time ago because, again, this shit is difficult, it's frustrating, and there's 1,000 different ways to get some money. So if that's all I was after, I ain't got to do this. There's plenty of other shit I could do that's easier, but, again, I got a vision for this, you know what I mean? It's part of me. Art is life, for real. And I know where I'm trying to take it. So, I hope this video helps somebody, man. You know, I'm just another person out there in YouTube land. You know, chasing a dream, you know what I mean? It's a lot of, I read the comments on videos and stuff. I know it's so many tattoo hopefuls out there, people who feel like apprenticeships are impossible to come by. I felt the same way for a while. You know, I mean, what I got right now, damn near ain't even really an apprenticeship. I'm making, again, I'm hustling up on it. I'm making it one. They not making it their mission to teach me. I'm making it my mission to get taught. You know, so have that approach. Don't expect anybody to give anything to you. As much as you can help it, you know, be prepared. So yeah, you know, it's a lot of hopefuls out there. Stick with the dream, man. If that's really what you want to do, if you feel it in your heart, like, you'll get your break. You know, hit the expo. Really get your work together. Quality stuff. Don't be afraid to be told no. Don't be afraid of rejection. It's all a numbers game, man. And, I mean, hey, like anything else, networking too, again, whatever city you in, you probably know the names of a couple well-known artists. See if you can catch up with them at somewhere outside the shop. Don't think you're going to get anything sending Facebook messages, Instagram DMs, or emails. You got to pop up on people, man. You got to let them feel your energy. You got to let them feel your spirit in person. You should not expect shit to come together for you from DMs and Facebook shit. Like, for real. You got to pop up on people, man. You got to make it real life. So, I hope this helped somebody out there, man. Just gave a little inspiration. Somebody who on the fence, not sure if they want to keep doing it. Keep pushing, man. Your break is out there. You can get it, because I got mine. And I felt like that shit was never going to come. It was after a year. You know what I mean? A year of just a lot of frustration. It came through. Something came through. So stick with it. Stay hopeful, man. Don't give up on that dream if it's in your heart. And, you know, just see where it could take you. Master and dedicate yourself to be a master of the craft. Get around people that's better than you. You know, because the second you the best one in the room, you ain't improving no more. So yeah, man, that's that. I'm going to cut it here. Hope y'all got something from this. All my tattoo hopefuls. Keep the dream alive, yo. Instagram, LT Crafts. No spaces or anything like that. No asterisks, underscores, none of that. LT, Larry Turnbow. LT Crafts, as in craftsmanship or mastering your craft. LT Crafts. So follow me on IG. You know what I'm saying? You can see some of my work. Pencil drawings, wood burnings, tattoos as I do them more. And yeah, man, you know, follow me on my journey, and hopefully I can, you know, follow some of y'all. You know, just give me some shout outs, leave some comments or whatever. Talk to me about what you're going through, and you know, I follow you on your journey as well. So with that being said, I'm out.